I rasa lepas ni kalau kata kita start, kita terus start je lah kot. You know why? Because some of us might have some limitation in terms of data kan. So if we wait, maybe we're going to waste our data package, and so I think after this maybe this is going to be the last. We wait for other people. If not, if I say unless something came up, we have to start our class a bit late, then I will let you know, because I'm the host. But if not, then we're going to start on the dot, so that we're not going to waste our data plan whatsoever. I will give your attendance later on. Later on, attendance, I think, just prepare first. This is HAD 3033 Sbsd 3033. Alright. Okay lah, I think kita start je lah terus. Kita start terus. We just continue. Okay. Alright. One of the thing that venture capital do, beside doing the screening, looking at all the matters, there's one particular very important thing that this venture capital will do, and it will normally takes time for them to decide whether they want to invest or invest in your business. This is what they call as the due diligence, due D. Okay, so it's a gruesome process. It will take time. Okay, then if everything is in place, everything is okay, then only they will go with the deal structuring. Remember yesterday we did discuss about the deal structuring. So today we will look into, I just go through okay, what is due diligence, but today we're going to dwell a bit deeper in what they call as due diligence. Okay, so due diligence is actually an evaluation process. Evaluation to see whether your project, your business have some growth potential. You have to do the forecasting, and so basically the bulk of the decision comes from this exercise, this process. Okay, so it's a source of competitive advantage. We want to see whether the company have what it takes, and they maybe have some unique values, or maybe a novel factors that embedded in the business or in the product, which we can think it might work. Okay, it might work, and automatically we will try this process. We will try to minimize the number of sour ventures. Okay, I mean, still the probability of not happening, not be successful is there. Okay, but at least we have some ideas, general ideas on what this company is all about. So basically, the idea is to give you the sense of what these people are doing when it comes to when they receive the proposal from entrepreneur who wants to have a startup company. Okay, so they will go through all the information beside the one that we have been discussing earlier. Okay, all the criteria, and then now they want to look at each and every item. Right. So basically, the issues attached to this due diligence is basically we have three. Okay, first is the time restriction. Okay, because of, like I said, it will take times for the company to decide, whether we want to have a go. Okay, whether we want to release the funding. So it will take time. So so imagine, all right, when you as a venture capitalist receive this proposal, you have to do all this thing, and it will take time. At the same time, on the other hand, okay, the entrepreneur itself, all right, they might scout for other venture capitalists. Okay, because as an entrepreneur, you cannot wait. All right, you cannot wait. You try to, you know, kill two birds with one stone. Okay? So you will go and find another venture capitalist. So now we're just talking about, let's say you as a venture capital, you receive the proposal and it will take times. And then it's also issue that attached to this process is that what we call as the cost constraint. Okay, sometimes the deal is very small, so it is uneconomically to engage expertise to render an opinion. So if you still want to go, then maybe you might want to, pay someone to do the evaluation as well. And so you have to pay, and then so you will add up extra costs in scrutinizing this proposal, this particular proposal. Okay, and then like I said, the last issue is the situational factors. Like I said, as an entrepreneur, you don't care about how many application that you're going to send. All right, the bottom line is you just need to secure a funding. So imagine you will submit to venture capitalist A, and at the same time you will submit to venture capitalist B, C, and D. So if let's say A have taken a long time, and then at the end of the day decided to award you with the funding, you as an entrepreneur might receive an offer, better offer from venture capital C. So what venture capital A is doing is basically is a waste, right? So all these costs have to embedded, have to bear by the venture capital company A. So this is what they mean by situational factors. Basically, you are trying to bidding, and in fact, if you, I think I don't know, I think I've shown you this what call it the pitching videos in YouTube a couple of days ago. Okay, basically there are five of them. So there are certain product that has been bid by more than one investors. Okay, so they will counter offer each and every one. So you have to decide, but then for the venture capital company, it's a cost to them. Okay, so this is what we call as situational factors. Okay, so basically the diligence will look at two things. One is business due diligence, another one is what we call as screening due diligence. In screening due diligence, okay, well, the idea of knowing about this thing is that I want you to understand what does it takes to become a venture capitalist when it comes to uh, evaluation exercises. Okay, so beside you go through all these few processes in the beginning. Okay, when it comes to here, this is the thing that this is the bulk of thing that you need to know, you need to ask, you need to get the answer from the proposal. Okay, then if everything is okay, maybe you can have like point system, star system, where if you have this, you will have 4 star, 5 star. So at the end of the day, like rating, credit scoring rating system. Okay, so basically we need to know what is the criteria. And like I said, this is like the basic thing, factors that used by the venture capitalists. It might have more than this, or maybe much less than this, but at least we have the basic idea, basic item that need to be looked on, need to find from the proposal. Okay, so in screening due diligence, basically there are two things that you want to see. One is the investment fit, what they call as investment fit. Another one is the investment potential. Okay, investment fit is basically with looking at the consistency with the investment philosophy of the firm. All right. So basically, if you are venture capitalist expert in biotechnology, so you will try to find or try. I mean, you will only uh, choose if the companies have something got to do with biotechnology because you have the expertise in there. All right. So basically, in investment fit, we are looking at the stage of financing. Where are you now? You need to identify at what stage of development, what stage of business that this particular proposal comes in. Okay, looking at the geographical, looking at the size of the ventures, how much do you need? Because different company they have different financial requirements. Okay, so we need to look at this and what kind of industry are we talking about? Okay, maybe the industry that has been pursued by the government, or maybe not. Maybe emerging industries that need to be highlighted. So these are things that we use we want to find from the investment from this screening exercise. As far as investment potential is concerned, they want to see the viability of the deal. And looking at management, we're going to break down into more detail in business due diligence. So we want to look at the management, market, product, and what kind of business model you're putting in. Right? Then this is where they can give you some ideas. So more deeper in scrutinizing, screening, due diligence is what they call as business perspective diligence. Due diligence. They call it, sometimes they call it as due D. All right. We're going to use the same criteria in screening, but a bit more deeper. Okay. So what basically we are trying to do is previously, all this while, okay, their emphasis is more on hard asset, okay, like how many capital that you have, do you have any buildings, what kind of product they are saying, that kind of thing. So a lot of them neglect the intangible asset. The value of the deal cannot be determined in the intangible asset. So this is where the soft evaluation comes in. Okay, we want to, beside, yes, of course, I'm not saying that we deny those things. Okay, like all these tangible asset, looking at your asset, your building, your human capital and everything, whatnot. Yes, we still take that into our own consideration. But on top of that, we also look at the soft evaluation part, which is, okay, they have two dimensions. Okay, one is the internal, another one is the external. In the internal environment, we have tangible and intangible, and this is what we're saying. Okay, so if you look at the internal environment, okay, when it comes to tangible, this is the one that normally, okay, even when you do your business proposal previously, okay, we always talk about the, plant equipment, your cash, your account receivable, maybe your patent, what kind of technology that you have, inventory, how many inventory, and maybe some market demand. You show some market demand, and then you show all this marketing strategy, blah blah blah. But basically, beside that, they also look at the quality of leadership and who is your people behind you. Do they have what it takes? Do they have some special knowledge on this thing? Okay, so what will be the corporate culture? This is the thing that we want to look at. Okay, so if one company came to me, um, remember there's one case study. All of them are from computing faculty and trying to, they have a product already, but it would, yes, of course. I mean, I'm not saying that that company is going to be failed, but the tendency is there because of they don't have any expertise. If they don't have, they might go for outsourcing. When they go for outsourcing, it will create costs. Whereby it is possible, it's much more better if you have a person in your team comes from a different background, from the social science, from the management, from the technical, and you have what we call as one complete team. Okay, so we look at this intangible item. Okay, if we can highlight this thing, it's much more better. And when it comes to the decision making, also we will look at this. Look at the corporate culture. What kind of culture that you have? Business culture. Is it open? Is it there's a power distance? That means boss is boss, workers is workers. Um, and what kind of quality of information that you have. I mean, you are the one who's doing the business, so you might have special information. That's why you are pursuing in this particular area, in this particular business. So we want to know about that information. You might have, some networking with big potential customer. These are the kind that we want to see. We also look at the loyalty of personnel. Okay, the high rate of turnover, workers turnover, employee turnover, it will signal something. It will signal that the management or the business is not good. Okay, something is wrong with the business. If people working with you, jumping around from one job to one job, just like grasshopper, it must be something wrong with the company. So we want to know that. We will take into consideration because we are not, we are, because like I said, this is someone else's money. Okay, and then you might have some trade secret. Maybe you have a special recipe, like secret recipe. Okay, you have your own, like for example, this tomato sauce, tomato ketchup by Heinz. There's only 8% in this world that know the ingredient of that Heinz tomato ketchup. Okay, so you might have your certain secret, which is nobody knows. So this is the thing that we want to look as well. Okay, you might have some database, previous business or maybe previous working experience. You have a certain database that you can highlight to the venture capital. This is the something that people don't know about. Okay, so this is why the data right now is very important, very expensive. Okay, so if you have a set of data that can be used and turn them into your business partners or potential customers, it will it will have some extra point there. Okay, personal and professional network. Okay, like I said just now, you might have some personal or professional networks before this, and we want to know. Okay, does this personal networks can help your business? It might help your business in any way, and in just to make sure that your company stay sustained. Okay, so on the external environment, okay, on the on external environment in business due diligence, we also have tangible and intangible. So this is the thing. Okay, for tangible, you heard about this thing. Okay, we talk about share of market. Yes, how much percentage do you think that you can cover? You won't cover 100% market shares. Okay, it's very big, okay, unless your product is really exotic or something, okay, really special. I mean that there's no one introduce that product, then okay, fine, you can have, but then still a bit skeptical. Okay, we are going to be a bit skeptical about the share market. Make sure it's um it's okay, all right, in terms of the percentage. I mean, it's doable, right? You might have suppliers contract. You have a good reputation with the suppliers. Your locality. Where are you? Where are you going to set up your business? Okay, so those are more on the external environment. This is the one that we are looking for, and this one previously it was there. A lot of people they have this kind of information when it comes to asking money from the funder. All right, so they tell them about everything, but on the other hand, okay, when it comes to the intangible part, this is the new one. For external environment, and we're looking at this business screening. Okay, is about the product awareness. Do people aware? What is your strategy? Okay, what will be your unique value that you can provide to the customers? So we want to know your brand product awareness. 1 minute. Lee, aku tengah ada kelas, nanti kau balik. Okay, so product awareness, just like McDonald's, for example. Okay, product awareness, people aware what is McDonald's is all about. Right, but even we normal people we think that okay, McDonald's is basically is a fast food restaurant serving burgers, fast food. But in reality, McDonald's main business is about property. Okay, this is something got to do with their business model. Okay, using the BMC, the one that I suspect that you guys aware of. When we do the BMC for McDonald's, it seems that they are more prone to property business after this. Okay, right now they are focusing on burgers and food and everything. That's why you can see that McDonald's, when they set up in Malaysia, okay, they have their own entity, right? Not many open up in the shopping complexes. Now they want to have their own place. It is about property. Okay, so the product awareness is very powerful, and if you have that thing, it will give extra point. The same goes to McDonald's. McDonald's is so powerful when they want to open up their first restaurant in Paris. Okay, the local restaurante are not very happy with that. Okay, but then it is an international company, so they managed to open up one branch, one restaurant in Paris. And what happened is that the what do you call it, the sales volume for local restaurant are going down. Okay, so they have this association, so they propose, they go and meet up the government saying that McDonald's should not be in Paris because it affect their business, the local business. So what happened is that the government did is that they put a requirement for McDonald's restaurant, okay, to when they want to open up in Paris, the yellow color of that M, right, the M, the big M, the McDonald's sign cannot be in yellow color. It should be in gray. Okay, there's the first requirement. The second requirement is that they are not allowed to open up any corner shops. They have to open up in the intermediate shop. Intermediate shop. So if you, I've been to Paris before, and it's true. It's the M color. The M color is no longer yellow. It's not yellow. It's gray, and it's situated in in the between the shop. It's an intermediate shop. So those are the things that create the awareness is very important. Okay, so it will give some extra point to the valuation. Okay, customer loyalty. Okay, what is your method? What is your model to make sure that there are people keep on buying? Are you going to sell product that can last like 10 years or only 2 years or 3 years? Then people will come back to you, buy a new thing. So we want to make sure that your business can be sustained. So we want to know what is your strategy when it comes to um, in making sure the customer loyalty to your product, your business. Okay, we want to know that. All right. And then looking at the competitive positioning, how competitive you are, what kind of strategy you are new players, newcomers in the market. Okay, how are you going to survive? What kind of strategy are you going to use? What kind of business model that you're going to use? These are the things that we as a venture capitalists, funders, we need to know this. Okay, but like I said, right, this when it comes to this, um, it's quite dangerous actually. I mean, off the record, right? But in the real world, okay, if you tell them everything, meaning to say you blast out everything, all your secrets and everything, do you think it's necessary? Okay, so there's a dilemma here actually. If you should I tell them everything or should I not keep few information to myself? Okay, but if you keep that thing, the venture capitalists they are not happy with it. You might not get the assistant, the funding assistant. But if you tell everything, it might become a threat. In the current situation right now, information is very important. So they might turn down your business, but then they have the idea of doing your business. That is the skeptical thinking of now, entrepreneur right now, because of that's the reason why venture capital financing is not really popular at the moment right now. Okay, we do have the infrastructure, we do have the mechanism to help in getting funding from the venture, but this is this problem comes from the entrepreneur himself, right? To whether you should tell them everything or should you not. Okay, if not, this is the repercussion. If you tell them everything, this is gonna happen, that kind of thing. So it's very difficult situation for you, but hey, this is about risking, is about gambling your business and your time, your effort and everything. Okay, so if you hit the jackpot, means you hit the jackpot. So it depends on your um, instinct actually. Okay, whether you want to go, you want to get funding, you want to tell them everything, or maybe certain item that you think that is going to be your competitive advantage, you will keep to yourself. All right. Okay. um so is there any question for the time being? Any question? Ke semua dah tidur dah?
Doctor, I have.
All right. Yes.
Doctor, I'm not clear about what's the meaning of sour ventures.
Sour ventures, okay. Sour ventures like this. You see, I give you one case study. Simple example. In UTM, when I met the director of ICC, at that time, it was in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And so I just asked them, okay, what do you think about the spin-off activities in UTM? Meaning, universities, lecturers, they open up their own companies, business based on their research product. So they said that, oh, we're gonna have like this year we try to target, we're gonna have like about 100 spin-off companies. Okay, so when I finish my PhD, I go back to this director. I look at the reports. I find out that on that particular year and the year after that, okay, there's only about 15 companies survive. All right. In the beginning, there was about 60 spin-off companies, 50 something. Because at that time, the university they encourage you to have spin-off. So if you open a spin-off, you get some sort of like a financial reward, like a bonus. Okay, so people are rushing, lecturers are rushing to open up their spin-off company, but they cannot sustain. Okay, not even a year. Some of them not even a year. All right, that is what we call as sour ventures. Imagine I'm the venture capitalist. Provide this kind our investors money to these spin-off companies, and then they manage to operate for year and a half only, and then after that they close, they cease their operation. So this is what we call as a sour ventures. Okay, we don't want this because it's going to waste our money, waste our time, and then it will look bad on us. So that's why we try to do the due diligence as strictly as possible, okay, stringent as possible. It's not because of we want to penalize the entrepreneur. It's not about it. It's about we want to make sure that we don't get caught in this kind of in this type of ventures, which is sour ventures, which is venture is not really good. In other words, it's not really good. It's not promising. Okay, so sometimes these people, yeah, they're very cunning. They're very good. Okay, even in account also, and you got to understand that they know how to do some window dressing. They know how to show that their accounts is very good. But that's why in financial management we have this ratio analysis. I don't know whether you remember to do this or not. Okay, we want to know, we want to read between them because we don't want to caught in this kind of situation, in this kind of environment. Okay, because you got to understand, money there's no guarantee. Okay, we have not have any experience before with this type of businesses, so we have to make sure that the what we are doing is basically can help and sustain the business. But the most important is that we can get back our money. All right, we can get back our money. We can get something from this company so that we can give back to the investors. We are liable for it. Okay, so that's what I mean by sour ventures. Anything else? Tak ada? Okay. So in this continue for in this um, okay, continue with this is the due diligence auditing process. Okay, these are the things that basically once you have done the due diligence, to summarize everything, we are going to do some audit processing, okay, where we will look at all these items. You can see from the diagrams, this is um, the one that they've been using. Okay, previously business ventures, when it comes to getting funding, the funder, the financial institution, they will always look at the financial audit. Okay, want to see how much money, how much cost that you're going to, in fact, even now also the same thing. Okay, even the business proposal, you always talk about, okay, how you're going to forecast your business, how much is the cost, how much are you going to what is the selling price, okay, how much product you're going to produce, blah blah blah. It's something that with financial aspect of the business. And then yeah, a little bit on, I think a little bit on the management, I guess, and then some on marketing. Okay, but the reality of auditing is basically the first is they look at the macro environmental audit, on the macro side. Okay, what business are you doing? What kind of competitors that you're going to have? Okay, where's your locality? So it's more like a broad thing first. Is does the industry okay or not? Okay, does the industry is acceptable? Okay, is there any specific regulation imposed in this kind of business? No, those are the things that we, the venture capitalists, will look on and consider is a priority one. Okay, it's number one. Okay? This is the first thing that we're going to look. Okay, you're going to set up a company. Previously, okay, I don't know. I think maybe yeah, if you have face to face, then I think it's better for us to do this. But then later on, but what no for the assignment, actually, I was thinking about the assignment. Okay, previously like for example, we talk about this macro, right? Um, previously we will ask the student to create an animation movie, okay, animation cartoon, okay. So this cartoon is quite simple. It's very interesting. Okay, so you have to have your idea what kind of cartoon, what kind of age viewers that you're going to look at. You're going to target. Okay, some of them they target babies, some of them youngsters. Some of them school children, girls, boys. Okay, so we have to look almost every aspect of the business. Like for example, if you let's say um produce a cartoon that has got something to do um, with say ice skating, for example, or roller ice hockey, for example, something got to do with ice, and you wanted to penetrate in this cartoon in Madagascar, okay, in sub-Sahara desert. People over that side, they don't know, they never think that it's quite difficult for them to to accept this kind of cartoon. Okay, it's better for you to sell your cartoon, your movie, to those countries who have all these things. You know, to some extent. That's why, for example, I give you a good example. Like, I don't know, Tilas Gawari. Do you know Upin Ipin? Do you know this animation cartoon Upin Ipin? Have you heard about this? Anyone? Hazel?
Yes, doctor.
Pernah dengar kan? You heard it before? You know about these two ball head kids kan? Upin dan Ipin. Okay? You see, Upin Ipin, I tell you that, can we sell Upin Ipin in US? Can we penetrate US market? Can we penetrate European market? Upin Ipin.
Cannot.
Why?
Not suitable.
Why?
They speak Malay.
They can I mean Alibaba,
Translate.
I mean yeah, they can translate. Okay, like for example Frozen, when they want to view, yeah, apa dia Chris, what is it Chris? Kan, like okay, for example Frozen, Frozen, when they want to have a show in Malaysia, they translate into bahasa. They have their own requirement in terms of system and everything, but then they can translate. Cartoon is quite easy, you can translate, but human movie is quite difficult. Yes, I watch. What's this? Very funny. Wait, chat. Upin Ipin has been aired on Disney Channel. Yes, I watched it before in English. Yes, very funny. Correct. Okay, right. But the question is, can we penetrate Upin Ipin in Europe and in UK, in US or Canada, for example? No. Why? Because in Canada, in US, in UK, there's no such thing as traditional games. No house like that, kampong houses. They never seen that before. So they cannot accept that thing. the country that can accept the thing is in Indonesia. Betul tak, Christopher? In Indonesia, yes, because we are basically almost the same. Rumah kampung, yes. We play gasing, we play marbles, you know. So basically almost that's why Indonesia they can accept that. I mean, provided that they have to have Indonesian character. Okay, whatever you want to go and sell in Christopher, listen, and whatever you want to, if we Malaysian want to sell anything in Indonesia, Indonesia is very good because they only accept Indonesian product. If you don't have any Indonesian element in your product, they won't accept. That's why Upin Ipin in Indonesia they have another character, a girl character from Indonesia. That's why in Indonesia Upin Ipin can penetrate. We cannot penetrate in Saudi Arabia, for example, because they never seen this before. So that's why the Bobo Boy, okay, is more like a futuristic. They can do that. They can try their luck because it's like futures, technology based, science, what do you call it? Yeah, outer space kind of thing. So it's acceptable in Europe or UK or other part of country. But Upin Ipin cannot. That's why their market is only in Indonesia, maybe Thailand, maybe okay. So because we have done it before, we produce Junior Ishak. There's a one animation, Junior Ishak, is in Nickelodeon, okay, Nickelodeon Asia, and one of the character in that Junior Ishak is I can't remember the name, Sagittarius, I guess. Half um half goat, half man. Okay, so this guy by the name of oh my god, I can't remember. I can't remember the name. You just Google and you go with YouTube, then you type Junior Ishak. So this guy is basically this character. He likes to do some what involved in water sport. He likes to what do you call it? Windsurfing, is it? Surfboarding. Okay. So when that cartoon has been accepted in Nickelodeon, Asia Nickelodeon, in Australia they can watch that thing. So this in Australia, from Australia, this company, there's one company in Australia contacted this company in Malaysia asking them to produce a story about this guy because of he likes to do windsurfing, surfboarding, because in Australia that is one of their sports, their popular sports. Okay, in Malaysia we have soccer, football, okay, and football can be accepted, but you can see even in US also football, soccer is not very really popular there. They have their own football, what they call as American football, just like a rugby. Okay, so there are certain things that we have to look. So this is what we call as the macro environment. We need to know all these things. It's just only a cartoon, but then there's a lot of things to attach to it. Okay, then we look at the legal environment. Okay, whether you can, I mean, is okay or not. What about the patent and everything? Okay. Third is marketing. Fourth, production. Fifth, management. Sixth, information competence. Seven, the last one, only talk about all the one that you have been doing before. Okay, the one that student always focus on, looking at how much is the sale, how much is the cost, how many are you going to sell, okay, how much net income that you're going to make, anything. But in the reality, that will be the last thing that this company will look at. Most important is on these first three, four items here. All right. So when you do valuation, when this type of proposal comes in, you have to go through with all these things. We look at the macro first. Okay, look at macro. It also include the team itself. You want to know who is the team? Management audit. Okay, yes, one of the thing. Who are you? Where you come from? Who's your team? Okay, what is your background? What is your team's background? You need to know all these things. Then only we have some confidence in terms of giving you the funding. All right. So this is the process, which is basically this is the thing. Okay, I put it in the diagram so it's much easier for you to understand. Okay, so if one case study came to you, that this company with certain information. So you need to find all this information in order for you to say yes or no. Okay, if you really satisfied with all this, the explanation from the proposal and everything, then it's a go. If not, you might end up in the sour ventures. All right. Okay. So any question? Any question?
No, doctor.
Right. Okay. So we only have like 1 hour, right? Ni pun dua empat more. Okay, you can take the attendance. So assignment macam mana? How's the assignment? Okay semua? Dah?